Douglas Cooling and Heating, serving the Birmingham area for 38 years. 988-3706. That's Douglas.
I'm James Spann. This is the morning edition of the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Monday, the 9th of May. Alabama's weather heating up, the warmest weather so far this year coming up in the days ahead, and maybe some rain by the end of this week and maybe the weekend. Kind of a complex forecast down the line. Let's take a look at some of the Skycam shots around the network this morning. There's the Inverness Skycam coming from the Wingate Inn overlooking Highway 280. The sky mostly fair this morning, pretty mild with temperatures mostly in the 50s and 60s. There's the Fayette Skycam up in northwest Alabama, and way down south, that's a view coming from Gulf Shores. All right, there's the water vapor satellite shot this morning. Got a huge upper trough in the west, and accordingly a downstream ridge is pumping up over the east, and we will be underneath that ridge, and that should keep us awfully warm, if not hot and dry for the next couple of days. There's a look at highs yesterday. Notice some of those folks out in Texas hit triple digits. Yeah, June's getting close. And around here, highs were mostly in the 80s, and we'll be up there in the upper 80s today, and we just might hit the big 90 or maybe exceed that tomorrow and Wednesday. So summer-like heat is the story. There's the watch warning map, and out west, a few issues with the big trough out there, a few wind advisories, even a winter weather advisory for the California mountains. But the east is very quiet. Convective outlooks, slight risk of severe weather today up on top of the ridge over the Dakotas and parts of Iowa and Illinois. Day 2, and again, you can clearly see the influence of the ridge here. We should be dry. Got some thunderstorm areas on the periphery of the upper ridge to the west, north, and east. And day 3, which is Wednesday, got the standard risk of severe weather all the way from Texas up to the Midwest. But again, around here will be dry. And on day 4, which is Thursday, a risk over parts of Missouri and some of the adjacent states. But the good news, Alabama is not in a severe weather risk for the next 5 to 7 days, formally. There's the QPF chart. This is the expected rain around the nation valid through Friday evening at 7 o'clock. And this is suggesting we could see some light rain. That would be at the end of the week on Friday, with a cold front approaching, as you'll see. We'll check the modeling. This is the OZGFS valid at 1 o'clock this afternoon. There's the high amplitude pattern, western trough, eastern ridge. And down below that, should be quiet today. Partly to mostly sunny with highs in the upper 80s. Tomorrow, the ridge right on top of us. The GFS is showing 92. Been running a little too hot with the highs lately. It might be closer to 90. Whatever, it'll feel like summer. And the same thing on Wednesday. The high should be around 90 with a pretty good supply of sunshine. Thursday, the ridge begins to beat down a bit as the trough lifts out. Takes on a bit of a negative tilt, and down below that, there could be some active convection ahead of that cold front. The surface low is southeast Minneapolis-St. Paul with the trailing front, so anybody from northeastern Texas up into the Midwest could see some active storms. But again, we stay dry. Highs will likely drop in the middle 80s as the ridge breaks down. And at the end of this week, the cold front kind of drags in here, and we'll mention a chance of showers and thunderstorms. I don't think it is going to be a big rain event. The severe weather chances don't look all that high at this point. There certainly could be some thunderstorms involved. The high should drop into the low 80s on Friday. And then Saturday, I'll just tell you now, the weekend forecast is a low confidence one. The GFS continues to show a big upper low, and where that thing exactly forms will greatly determine our weekend weather. It's got it well north of us. And again, down below that, the surface front will probably stall out somewhere around here. The GFS looks relatively dry, but check the NAM on Saturday, and it looks relatively wet. I say relatively, it's not a big rain event, but certainly a chance of showers. So I don't know. I think out of respect to this upper low nearby, the possibility of a stall front, we better mention just the chance of a shower Saturday. I don't think it'll be a washout, nothing heavy, nothing all day, just the chance of a shower. And then Sunday, the GFS looks pretty wet with energy rotating around the upper low, and it brings in showers on Sunday with a high only in the 70s. It should be noticeably cooler this weekend, we should point out. But on the other hand, the GFS is kind of dry, so you can see why it's a low confidence forecast. But I think clearly we'll mention a chance of showers and storms Friday, and then there's the chance of showers on Saturday and Sunday. Just let us fine tune that as the weekend gets closer. Then a week from today, that upper low is still there and digging south. And if this is right, Monday would be a fairly cool day. We wouldn't be out of the 60s if this is right, with clouds and maybe some scattered light rain across North Alabama. So clearly trending much cooler a week from today if this is right. 5 days later, May 21st, pretty good looking little shortwave coming through. Look at that big old blob right over us. That's kind of convective feedback. There could be some storms there. And on May 24th, ooh, look at that ridge all the way from the Western Gulf to Canada, with the trough axis to the east and west. And if that's right, it would be quiet and maybe pretty warm here. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes on the blog. The next video here by 3:30 or so today. And if you're local to us, we invite you to watch us on television this evening, ABC 3340 in Birmingham at 5, 6, and 10. Thanks for watching. Have a great Monday, and God bless.
Never witnessed anything like this, and I hope we never do again.
People are coming in to help them. That's what Alabama's all about. It's almost as if a bomb went off.
My baby's alive, my husband's alive. We made it.
I'm demolished, I don't have nothing. Just chaos, really.
It's just a nightmare that I know that I cannot wake up from.
God can do with it as He will.